Yes, dear viewers, we are really very sorry. Actually, there were some technical issues from our end. We could not join perfectly. So finally, we have solved the technical issue, and finally we come back because we don't wanted to miss this live session with that with this university, this very fantastic university somehow. So finally, we have come back and to welcome you once again on today's live show with University of Waterloo. And it's a very fantastic university. You know the name of University of Waterloo, one of the top ranked university within the top 200 in the world. And I think for engineering, it's one of the top 100 universities in the world. And besides that, it is top 5 universities, one of the top 5 university in Canada itself. And today we have a very special guest, very experienced person, and my favorite person. Actually, I usually follow her always. I really feel surprised and really feel inspired to see her energy, to see her the way she is working. So we'd like to welcome our Karuna ma'am, Karuna Ashman ma'am, who is the international recruitment specialist from University of Waterloo. So ma'am, can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining this live session. Would you please introduce yourself and say hello to our viewers?
Thank you very much. My name is Karuna Osman. I'm a recruitment specialist from University of Waterloo. I'm really pleased to be in company of Mr. Sayed and Prominent Consultant. They are one of our reliable consultants from Bangladesh. I would like you to contact them after the session and get one-on-one information on programs offered by University of Waterloo, about 100 programs. University of Waterloo, we're going to show you a video and show you where it is.
Exactly. We'll discuss everything. Yes, yeah. Exactly. We'll discuss everything about University of Waterloo because Waterloo, it's a brand, and you need to think it's a brand. And what I believe, like better money, better brands. So Waterloo is something like that. If you are investing more money, you will be getting the better brands. So just think about it. If you are financially capable, if you are financially solvent, then you need to pick the better brands, and Waterloo is that kind of brand. So ma'am, definitely we'll talk about all the details, but before that we would like to have a wonderful video of University of Waterloo, and let's have the video first, ma'am.
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay, so let's have the video.
This is Waterloo. With more than 500,000 residents, it's one of the fastest growing regions in Canada. And around the world, it's known as a pipeline for innovation. Every year, roughly 40,000 students step into a legacy of academic excellence, one that's rooted in research, entrepreneurship, cooperative education, and a distinct habit of breaking from tradition.
I think that the idea of innovation and entrepreneurship speak to the spirit of Waterloo then and the spirit of Waterloo now, and it has become a guiding factor in the university.
The rich history of Waterloo is built on a unique combination of progressive thinkers, their steadfast resilience, and a community backing them every step of the way.
The University of Waterloo has this balance between co-op and pure research in both areas all the time.
And that's why Waterloo has attracted so many other trailblazers. It's a fine balance between academic excellence and experiential learning. It's innovation, experimentation, and strong partnerships with business and government. It's a shared commitment to pushing beyond boundaries and making an impact as we tackle the challenges that face our world.
Yes, the video says beyond the tradition. So
yes.
Waterloo is something platform that is not following the tradition. It's like beyond the tradition, and you must be very unique in that case. So ma'am, I have some question before going to the main topics. Like, you have spent your half of your lifetime in Canada mostly, and you know that I mean, how Canada attracts you. I mean, how you feel in Canada, and how was your journey in Canada? And really at this stage, I mean, you are working so hard, and sometimes in your stage, I mean, some people are going for the retirement, but you are still working, and you are working like so full swing. I mean, we are really impressed about your activity. So what is the secret of that?
All right. I went to Canada at almost at 19, 18 plus, and made it my home for last 50 years. There are a few things about Canada that people should first know. It's a very welcoming country and with a lot of opportunity. I want students to always know that if you want to carve in a way in Dhaka, it is going to take you a lot of energy, a lot of planning, a lot of loopholes. In Canada, things are simple. There is processes, there's laws, you follow it, you're able to do things very, very well. My secret of success is that I came to Canada with the sole purpose of education. I studied for almost 12 years. I did study at different institutions and concluded with 9 years at University of Alberta, going all the way up to PhD program. And I've always worked with young people, and that energizes you a lot. And yes, I'm 69, should be retiring next year, but I have no desire to retire because I'm still getting a lot of energy from young students, and I'm able to help them. I've talked to almost 9 to 10,000 students a year, and they come to Canada and they are successful and they keep in touch. And there are some engineers and doctors and architects and business people and digital art people, people doing nursing. And it's amazing. You can go into a store and say, "Hey, I think you brought me in," because they have forgotten how I looked then and how I look now. But it's amazing. The secret is I'm very fond of my profession. I love working with
Exactly.
young people. And
Exactly.
you are one of those people. And it would be my pleasure and my honor to work with you and work under Prominent and provide you with the same information that I provide to so many students, from starting from high school and graduating from University of Waterloo's 6 faculties. Amazing university, amazing, and I'll tell you more about it in a minute.
Exactly, ma'am. And the thing is that we know that you are one of our best well wishers so far. I mean, I have. So thank you so much for your all kind of supports towards us. So, ma'am, actually, Canada itself a country of opportunities. So far, we know Canada is country of opportunities. Definitely, people can study, people can work there, people can stay there. I mean, people can settle there. So, in your sense, why Canada could be a considerable country? Canada could be one of the best countries for higher education or for study destination as a study destination.
Well, Canadian education is considered to be number one, and it is provincially guided. It is very strongly supported by our governments, provincial governments. It's very well monitored. Come and study, work while you are studying, and if you have followed all the rules and regulations and you meet the criteria, you can apply for permanent residence of Canada and stay. So study, work, and stay. We are an aging population. Our government is putting out lots of messages that we will be needing new immigrants. COVID has put some restrictions on everybody's country, and it has put it on us as well. But if people retire, a lot number of them right now, including my friends who are saying, I'm never going to return back because I'm home now and I don't want to go back. That will leave a lot of openings in the coming years. Don't look at Canadian economy and Canadian situation from today's perspective. Look at it from 2 years perspective and 2 years down the road. So if you study for 4 years in Canada, that time there will be, I'm predicting personally, but economists are also predicting that there will be a boom, and it will be the kind of boom that you will be able to benefit from. Canada has a lot of opportunities in primary industry, secondary industry, IT, supply chain management. For example, programs in Thomson Rivers University for supply chain management is always full because movement of products, movement of goods, uh, now healthy movement of goods is going to come into play. Environment, my God, Canada is leading in some of the discussions about environment. My university received a Nobel Prize for um, science. So when we look at for the research that the professor did, so please remember Donna Strickland's research is impacting lots of areas. Students are really interested in physics and astronomy because of that. So remember, we are a young nation. Imagine the number of universities in the top 200 from Canada alone. And we're a small country of 38 million people. And
Exactly.
I've been in Canada, and I have to tell you truthfully, not a single day without work. Not a single day. People talk about multiculturalism as if it is a word. In Canada, we practice it. I'm Indian, and I have been given such esteemed positions across institutions and very well respected for my opinions, very well respected for my diversity, my languages, etc. So let's look at Waterloo. What has Waterloo got to offer to you? It has got to offer you 100 programs. It got to offer you cooperative education, mandatory in few of our programs, must work, must get experience, exposure to industry, earn, making you the term to remember, career ready to get out and go to work. We have 98.5% of the students will have a job in their field of study within the 2 year. That's a big number. That's a big, huge thing. That you, if you were started as a software engineer, you will work as a software engineer. Now, other things is that you are so well supported. Every child needs support, and parents really need to know that when a child needs support, Waterloo is standing right there for you. As long as you're studying hard, as long as you have a good standing, you're not cheating, you're following academic integrity, and you need to have some help, student services will help you. Um, if you have a course that's not making sense, a TA will help you. The professor you can talk to. There is a reachable community of people, academics. And my own department, I have to speak about my manager is Tony Monroe. Uh, his heart is made of gold, I think. He's pure. If you say this kid is in trouble, he will make sure that he doesn't go to bed till he's made a contact. And trouble could be that you're just feeling overwhelmed. I was just talking to my daughter. We both are feeling overwhelmed with the amount of work that is on our table. So we have to be able to talk and get help. So University of Waterloo Student Services Department is commendable in what they do. Our universities are also stacked. You can take an engineering degree and you can add entrepreneurship in it. You can take a double degree with Wilford Laurier. You had Mr. Devakar um, on the video last time on Facebook. You can do 2 degrees. You can do computer science from University of Waterloo, and you can do BBA from Wilford Laurier. 2 full degrees for one price. Amazing thing. You can come to my program in arts, and you can do 2 majors and a minor. You can do legal studies and business together. You can do psychology and business. You can do social, like amazing, amazing things. Or some flagship programs like accounting and finance, financial analysis and risk management, in which students are interested in CFA programs. Health studies, students wanting to do recreational therapy. I can continue to name. I can tell you medicinal chemistry is a very big demand where students are asking for courses. Look at environment. Oh my God, environment in business is mandatory cooperative education before, but getting in is not easy. Getting in is very complex. So I'd like students to know that marks matter the most. They matter because you have to open the door of the house with the marks. Now I need to know what's inside the house. Have you done anything extra? Have you done extracurricular activities in your favorite things, music, sports, etc.? But have you done any Olympiads? Have you developed an algorithm? Have you published anything? Have you assisted people in the community and taught? Because in Dhaka, lots of kids do voluntary education for poor people because there's a lot of poverty in countries like India, Bangladesh, etc., where there's poor people who are looking for education. So if you have done that, we will give you. We're not asking for an SOP or letters of preference, etc. We're asking you to write about yourself. Who are you beyond your education? Very important for us. Students' marks are important because even with 95%, I cannot guarantee your entrance into software engineering or computer science. You need grades. I don't require SAT from you except if you're in the American curriculum, and there are some students who go to the American. I require AP.
One thing we need to know that engineering is the most popular programs in, especially in Waterloo.
In the top 50 in the world.
Top 50 in the world. So that's true. And so you have some fantastic and very lucrative co-op options in your engineering faculty. So would you please
It's
explain?
mandatory. It's
Could you please explain that?
like study, work, study, work, work, study, work, study, work, study, work, study. 6 terms of work, 6 full
Wow.
terms of work. Now, what happens with that is that student doesn't only get experience. My manager of cooperative education said to me very beautifully, and she said, Karuna, you put an emphasis on just the experience within the 4 years of the university degree. Please put the emphasis on what happens beyond the degree. Okay. And Shabnam is a wonderful friend of mine, and she's presently the head of cooperative education and is assisting me with many things. And she says, "It yes, you will make money. Yes, you will get experience. You will get exposure." And he says, and that carries all their life. They have
Exactly.
experienced different parts of their jobs. They have defined who they are. So, having said that, and to be very truthful with you, that it has repercussions for the next 10, 15 years of their work because they have made so many contacts. 7,000 employers in our job mine in 60 countries. When you go to Silicon Valley in San Francisco, you will find many of our graduates and cooperative students working there. We've become
Exactly.
quite a favorite university by some of the American students as well.
And one thing
Yes.
also I have calculated, like the amount they are going to be paid in co-op. So through that they can easily recover most of some portions of their tuition fees. Uh,
25 to 30% for sure. They can, I will say for sure with the exclamation mark, they should be able to cover. They also work 20 hours a week. I had a student, and if she's listening, I have a permission from her to take her name, but there are lots of Najmas in this world. She was working with me. She's a beautiful young lady, and she saved everything from her co-op. And I said to her, Najma, you very diligent, and I see you calculating things. And she said, Ma'am, my parents are average people, and taka is not a strong currency. And it always reminds me is about how the student manages their funds. I always tell my bosses, yes, they make this money, but many of the kids buy very high-powered bikes and clothes and things. If you can just
exactly.
wait for 4 years and save
Exactly.
what you have, you will have the opportunity to buy everything you want. So I've been dependent on myself because I came from a family where father was not there. We were by label of Indian society, we were orphans because father was not there. But we were not. Our mother was very much a backbone for us. We had to work. We had to save. So if you're earning and you save, you should be able to pay students who come in. The first year of engineering, going to work 20 hours a week can be very hard because this is not a cakewalk, it's hard work. But students work 20 hours a week. They work on Friday, maybe they work 10 hours, but they can earn their food bill, they can earn uh, the medical health uh, uh, things. Every penny counts towards your success, but your co-op earning can range anywhere from 40,000 to 90,000 plus on both sides, plus, those are averages. Students doing arts program also make money. The black book gives you a number, the view book, which gives you a number of 10,800 is the average amount earned by all students. I would like to just state one, and if students have a pen, they can write it: www.uwaterloo.ca/future students. www.uwaterloo.ca/future students. You will find the international view book there, and you will find every subject specific thing there as well. So now in engineering, when you look at it and you go to the back and you look at admission averages, you're going to feel a little bit, oh my God, I got 5 out of 5 and I'm a strong student, but I only have 95% chance of getting in. Because competition is not two things: what you have done outside and your grades. Combination has to be bringing you up so that you can be selected. We don't have abundance of 40,000 seats in our school. We have certain number of seats. And we're not culturally saying, okay, Bangladeshi only 5 and 2 from here. We are trying not to do that. We are trying to say, let's take the pool and take the top students and they will make up our class. Now, I want to say something about that. Parents get really upset at that and will say to me, my student will do very, very well. I know that. But we have to be cognizant of the fact that university is going to teach students which are ready for year one, and the professor is assuming, rightfully, that the student understands the grade 12 curriculum. So if your child is behind in that understanding, they will have an issue, and our failure rate would increase, and movement from first year to second year, which is the highest for University of Waterloo, uh, will decline. We don't want that. We also don't want students to feel uncomfortable in a classroom. We want them to be equal participants. So we are student centered, and we want to make sure that they succeed. So when we say we regret to tell you that you have not gotten a position, and I know that you don't like it when they get that letter. I don't like it. Is that they have taken into consideration all aspects of the student's ability. Sometimes we simply run out of seats. We don't have any more seats left.
Exactly, ma'am. We would like to have a video why engineering is the best for Waterloo. Why
Absolutely, you can
engineering in
show that,
Waterloo?
and
So
then we
let's
can
have the
also talk
video.
about a couple of other things that sometimes they give you a drop-down admission. Take it.
Exactly.
Though we don't transfer
Yes.
you from one program to another, if Waterloo is your desire, getting a degree from that, and they're giving you an admission, talk to me and I'll explain to you how that would work. Thank you, sir. Go ahead
Exactly.
and
So
show the
now
video.
we'll have a video why engineering at Waterloo. Let's have the video.
Thank you, Sayed.
Yes, yes. It's just learning and doing the things, and
Yep.
completely
Study
an
work,
experiential
study
learning,
work, study work, hands-on, hands-on.
hands-on.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Now,
it's a perfect
uh,
base. Ma'am, we'll
our
have a
CS program, which is
we'll take a question now. Question by one student, Faisal Ahmed. He have asked, I have a question regarding master's program. Is there any agriculture related course based master's program where I will be selected for direct admission in
okay.
Waterloo?
Can I just answer that question just after we're going to finish with CS? Has the
Yes.
same kind of a thing that in CS you have a lot of hands-on learning as well. I don't do master's program. I want to say you have to write to grad admissions at uwaterloo.ca. But your best agricultural university, there are many of them, but one of them, Saskatchewan, Guelph, I believe Manitoba, you can write to them for master's program. This forum is for undergraduate students, and one master's program that Waterloo does help students with, what we can help, my position can help, is Masters of Business, Entrepreneurship, and Technology. It is open to all fields of study. The focus is entrepreneurship and your desire to make a difference in the business world with your technology, with your understanding. So it's a 12-month program, $70,000 approximately when you put all the costs together, 60,000 in fees and 10,000. I'm just doing 1,000 a month living, maybe 12,000. So I would say with 75,000 in your hand, you should be able to do this 12-month program. Uh, you have to have the real feeling of entrepreneurship and be able to write it. And there is an interview on that particular program. We have students from Bangladesh who succeeded last year in going. Please look at MPET, Masters of Business, Entrepreneurship and Technology, and Sayed can help you with that. I can help you with that. Now,
Exactly.
having said
Ma'am,
that,
I have a additional question added to that subject. The
yeah,
people are saying that if I do 1 year master's program in Ontario in some provinces, so still they will get 1 year of work permit or they will get 3 years of work permit.
no, the thing is it works out to be almost a year and a half, but they will get to it will match the program of studies. Now, students who have been there and I've spoken to them, uh, there is, I don't know all the laws about IRCC. They get some extra points, and I'm going to leave it at that. That it does count towards their status in Canada. What they can do is they can write to you, and we can take it and send it to We have an office which deals with these questions, and the students can get a direct answer from the office.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes. So now would like to talk about although you have said that even if you have 5 GPA 5 out of 5, then of course you should have some extracurricular activities or some extracurricular performance. So I mean, what are the basic requirements for getting into the undergrad program? Like if they are from English medium or from Bangla medium, what are the minimum entry criteria?
If you are from Bangladesh and you are sitting at a 4 out of 5, you are very admissible to my Honors Arts and Business Bachelor of Arts program. And maybe also, I'm going to be restricting maybe 4.25 for sciences and same for environment. So different things. But if you're going into my math faculty or my faculty of engineering, and some programs in sciences like biotechnology, you need as close to 5 as possible to be competitive. I need a 6.5 in my IELTS score, 6.5 in writing and in speaking, because some of you are going to go to work, and I want to be able to send you there so you can communicate. Not I, the university. Using the I is a big word, but so we need the IELTS score from Bangladeshi curriculum. We don't need IELTS score from A-level students if you have a B or better score in your O-levels. And a C in O-levels does not replace, IELTS does not replace it in science department. They would like to have English proficiency. So then you should have taken an AS and gotten a B at least, because they want to have good language skills in their program. Having said that, I would like you to, the recent Maclean's magazine has sent a message on the University of Waterloo's division of marks. And we take the most number of students between 90 to 95%. And the rationale is simple. Yeah, there's a minute difference between McGill and Toronto, is that we want career ready people and we want students to succeed. And it's not that we are saying that you're not a good student, it's just we don't have the capacity to bring up the standard for every student in those faculties. But for arts, sciences, environment, and health studies, anywhere from 4 to 4.5 makes your application, I think, viable, that we would entertain it. Because it translates into very good grades. And it's a hard curriculum. Bangladeshi curriculum is not an easy curriculum. To get 5 out of 5 requires a lot of studying and a lot of coaching for students.
Exactly.
If you have done AP courses, etc., and you have done American curriculum or A levels or IB, some credits, not for IB, some credits are given in faculties other than engineering. We don't give any credits at all. So please don't be looking at that. And secondly, transferring from one engineering to the other engineering may be possible theoretically, improbable most likely. So choose your program wisely. Students think that they can go into math department and go into CS. Please take that out of your system. Not possible. Okay? They've heard of a kid who did once in their lifetime. You don't know what all he developed. That would have been an anomaly to the case. So, in real sense, programs like engineering, CS, uh, I would even say biotechnology double degree program, all of those are direct entry programs and transfer into them because they're cohort programs is almost not possible. I don't want to say zero probability. I have no idea what the file looks, but it could be looked at. But my indication is, and my conversation with them is that I do not encourage, and I actually tell students choose wisely upfront. I also want to talk about two architecture programs. I have architecture and architectural engineering, though there will be some similarities. If you are a design person and you're going to architecture, you need a portfolio. For architectural engineering, you don't need a portfolio. I've also got global business and digital art. I think it is full for this year, a wonderful program, and it's a job getter. I think it's a lot of jobs in that particular area. Students have a lot of choice. Kids who want to do theater, performing arts, kids who want to do aviation, got two programs in aviation, science and aviation, geography and aviation. If you're good in computer and you like statistics and geoscience, geomatics is a wonderful course. It's a in many universities there's a engineering course, but we have it in the faculty of environment. So students should be encouraged to. This is my job for all the students, 2021 students. Go and find the International View Book, read everything, and mark a check mark on 10 courses you think you qualify for and you can do. Then sit with your parents and reduce that to 5, and then sit with me, and I will suggest to you the top 3 that with you, and then we will select and make an application. I'm always there, hands-on, helping you with applications. We will even run application events with Sayed in the future. I just want you to know that we are committed to your success. Sayed and I are absolutely united in that his business would not go any further if you came back without a degree. It would not work.
Ma'am, just I need to make sure one thing that you have, as you have said, the students who are going to apply for arts business, and if they have B average in O levels English, so they don't need IELTS to get admission.
No, they don't require IELTS. And
So
they
only
can still
for
make
engineering.
application. It is still open. I don't know when it will close. Everything else is open. Engineering and math is closed. If you wanted to do mathematical physics, you can still apply from science as physics mathematics. So I'm just saying, if you're listening and you're a 2020 student, I want to add this. We are ready to deliver in 2020. Whether we deliver it online or face was a question. Now we know that we are going to be delivering most programs, maybe in a blended way, but online. And we are ready for it. But you must have your study permit before you can join in those things. So,
But ma'am,
it's
here
like
some
going to the
students
Canadian
and
Society of
parents.
Studies. So you must
Yes, yes.
apply for study permit.
Exactly, ma'am. But ma'am, here some students and parents, they are saying us that if the VFS are closed, then how can we submit the visa application and how can we do the visa files? So
Absolutely. And you know
what
what?
do you
That's a
say
very
about
good
this?
question. Keep looking at IRCC website, www.cic.gc.ca. Look at that and you will get all of the information, updated information. I think it's cic.gov.ca, but anyway,
Yes,
give them the proper website.
cic.gov.
Yeah. And if you can look at that, we will also as university be sending out information to all the registered students as to what is happening. In India, they have everything shut down and they've opened 5 centers. Keep looking at Dhaka and seeing what they're saying. They may open for limited hours and have to take an appointment because IRCC is also showing very good signs of wanting to do this business. It's not just business. They know that young kids are suffering, so they're trying to do their level best to help out as much as you can. So there was some talk about May 19th that they will open partially. I haven't heard anything. That's students telling me, I think gossip, or I don't know what they're telling me. But if they're open, please be vigilant. Do your biometrics, do your medical science. In the meantime, say you should get every file ready, visa ready, and just waiting for those two things to happen.
Exactly,
All
and
right.
what we are saying to students, like as visa applications will be submitting online, so just don't worry about the biometric. Biometric you can give it later on in VFS. So VFS we need for the biometrics only. So
Yes, yes,
visa files we can
absolutely.
submit online without any problem.
Yes.
So we are doing that, and we are telling students. And they are little confused that we are paying the same amount, but why should we do the online classes? So I told them
Okay,
that
I'm going to answer that question. That's a very good question.
exactly.
You're going to save money anyway because you're not coming. So you're not paying housing, you're not paying for food. So let's look at engineering of University of Waterloo for a minute. So the tuition fee is 53,000 or 55,000, we put it. And you were asked to bring another 20,000 for housing and clothing and food and whatever. So you're saving that, first of all. Number two, our cost of delivery has not changed. As a matter of fact, it has gone up. Now we have two mediums to be prepared for, online and in classroom, because we have students already in Canada. One
Exactly.
third of the student population comes from Canada, from high school programs, transfer programs, etc., etc. So are we doing blended? Are we doing just one form? We haven't fully, I haven't received the email step by step, but I'm just saying, when students are asking for discount, there is an automatic discount because you're not going to pay for using the gym. You're not going to pay. So there would be actual learning. There can be no difference because the same professor is teaching you who is going to teach you in class. He's just the gentleman now, Dr. So and so, has double the things, because I will tell you honestly, I have been having 16-hour days because doing this takes longer than coming to your fair and meeting with hundreds of kids. It's very easy to go for 4 hours, meet all of the children, and do your presentation, and then it's done. But when you are doing it one-on-one and doing this, as we are writing, some students are already writing to us about questions. Face to face, one question, and 6 students listen to it. Right? So the work for the professor has increased tremendously. We are not reducing in our service. We are still going to have people giving you free tutorials, or we're still going to have TAs to assist you. So you're not out there asynchronous, maybe, I'm not sure, but you're not out there just, oh, the lesson is there, now it's done, no help. That's not how it is going to happen. Yes, that question has come up from many students, why don't you reduce your fees? But our cost of delivery has gone up. I'm not just talking
Exactly.
about Waterloo, I'm talking about all my colleagues on the market are saying, oh my God, just to get this online, we didn't have a budget line for that. So remember that universities in Canada are not using the dollars that is given for scholarships to do this. They are not, they're taking it out of other sources. So budgets are very limited. And yes, it would be nice if university could say, well, you know what, we're going to reduce your costs, but it's just not feasible, and it's not
Exactly.
an expectation that I
Ma'am,
can make.
we'll talk about the fees structure of Waterloo, and of course the scholarship matters. But before that, we'll have another fantastic video of Waterloo. So let's have the video, then
Yeah,
we'll
let's
talk.
just show. If you have a co-op video, I would like to show them that as well. Thank you.
Okay, let's have the video. Let's. Yes, it's just a video of that some activities of university campus, and always they say that beyond the ideas. So Waterloo is such a
Yeah,
platform that
I want to explain that term. So we are known for innovation. In 5 years, 1,845 startups that were supported by University of Waterloo for students. So if you have an idea, you want to take it further, we are there for you. Bring it on. And the
Exactly.
point is, if you can go back to Mike Lazarita's BlackBerry phone, that's how it came out, and see what
Exactly.
impact he made in the world. So there's too many for me to mention. I just want you to know that uh, you are not just a numerical person in a very big university. And I would have to say that all Canadian universities treat our students absolutely in the way they should be treated. I'm a Canadian and I studied at the University of Alberta, and I was very well respected. I've studied at SAIT, I've studied at Mount Royal College. So I just want you to know that it's very important to know that Canada itself is geared towards international education. We all provide you with exceptional services. I want to also give you the little bit about the lowest price. If the price is an issue, please look at Memorial Grenfell campus. That gives you a very good price, and lots of Bangladeshi students there studying because their price is good. But as Syed has said very clearly, that if you wish to study in the top 10, top 15 universities, the price is going to be higher, because it's not that our quality of education all of a sudden changed. Uh, it's that we've added more to our teaching, and we've added more um, components of other things, exchange programs, this, that, and the other things. Compare apples to apples. Uh, but a degree from any place in Canada will count towards if you want to do a master's program. So don't get disheartened. My parents can't afford this. I'm not here to do that. I'm saying if you can afford it and you have the grades and you would like to have that experience of co-op and having the name of the University of Waterloo, please, I'm here to help you and serve you. I'm your servant. I'm not your boss. I will take every application at its face value and tell you truthfully that, you know what, in my experience, this hasn't worked out, but I won't stop you. You have to stop yourself after you hear me, because you have the right to do what you have to do. You are an independent identity and you must make decisions for yourself. But if you're applying to engineering with 3.5, I know for a fact that application is not going to make it, and you'll be wasting application fee, because there's no application fee waiver either. You have to pay your application. So apply wisely, select. I have students who have applied to 11 universities. Makes no sense to me. That's such a waste of money. Apply to, I would always say, apply, the minimum you should apply to is 3. One which is very difficult to get in, one which is also very good, your desired university, and third one which has a little less requirements and maybe a little less fees. Sit down with your parents, look at things and compare. For example, I have a university that offers 4 co-op in their engineering, and if 6 are important, then you'll come to Waterloo. But compared to their fees, I'm double the amount of fees. So compare that as well. I also have 7,000 employers, which they don't have. So those are choices you make personally. Okay. I'm also a mother of 2 children, and my son said he wanted only to go to University of Toronto, and he did his studies there because that's what he wanted to do in a particular field with a particular person. So I want to, these are some things that you have to remember are personal choices. But choice that I want to do it because my
And
uncle
one more
and
thing, ma'am,
my
I would like
sisters.
to add. I would like to add one more. Yes, I would like to add one more thing with you. Like they should also sit with the agents, the consultant, to before application, that what kind of
All
university based on the
applications should be
career.
done by you. So because you
Yes,
know the
so
nitty-gritties.
exactly. So we know that what kind of university can adjustable to his background, about his financial background. So that's the thing they need to discuss with the agents as well for the better decision. Otherwise, they are just applying to 5, 10 universities and without any that achievement. So that's the thing. So, ma'am, what about the fees of Waterloo? Like from it ranges between 30 to 50 something, or
35 to $55,000,
okay.
depending on the program. And then we
Mhm.
have the co-op earnings that will help in reducing that. 20 hours a
Any
week will get
scholarship,
you to.
any scholarship entrance?
and 1,000 to 5,000 is entrance scholarship, and then there are $10,000 scholarship by departments for top students. Then there are some very specific female scholarships. Then there are very specific scholarships for departments. Students know that those can be availed in second, third, and fourth year, but at start the entrance scholarship and department specific scholarships are automatically decided. No separate application has to be made. And same thing, I believe, in the double degree program for Mr. Laurie that
Exactly.
Mr. Laurie that Divakar would have discussed, that it
Yes.
doesn't require separate application. But in the future upper year things, those are based on your merit and what you have done, and whatever few of them that are open to international have to be applied for. They're not automatic.
One thing we need to discuss, which is the very vital thing, like people actually they are confused, especially parents, that like they don't have enough budget. Their children is not good enough in academics, but when we tell them about the colleges, that you will start with the colleges and let's transfer to the university, but
Very good
somehow
question.
they are not convinced. They are telling that why should not I go to a university. So I mean, they are confused about the quality of college and about the quality of university, and sometimes they feel that if they apply to college then the embassy will not give visa. So this is the very common perception.
I'm not going to touch on the embassy's views on the college, which is not true. I sit with many embassy people. They are absolutely. We have more colleges with more students than we have more students in colleges than we have in universities. That's not
Exactly.
true. College program has to make sense to the IRCC people. It has to make sense. Like student is been home for 6 years and then he picks up a 2 year degree. It doesn't make any sense. What is important is if the child is of a certain age and has a certain requirement. Like Columbia College, you had 5 students, all 5 got the visa, so it's not an issue. Issue is selecting your program. I will tell you one thing, Sayed, and this is something all parents should hear very carefully. Parents come and say, "I no, madam, I don't want to send them to CNC because it's so far removed. I have no relatives." But relatives don't matter because the only period you have to stay there is for the study period, and then you can go anywhere you want to go. We're a free country. We have mobility rights. You can work anywhere. They think that my brother's sister's friend's daughter lives there. What difference does it make? Because if the kid is in trouble, they're not coming to help the kid. I can tell you that overwhelmingly, it doesn't happen. So choose and chase the program. At most, it is 8 semesters of study for a 4 year degree, or it is a 4 semesters of study for a 2 year program. If you choose the program wisely and it makes sense in your study plan, and that is right directly out of the mouth of the visa officer, they are going to look at it seriously. That doesn't guarantee there are other factors they're going to look at it, but that's one factor you have convinced the visa officer that you have chosen the right program. When kids choose programs, I'm 31 years of age and I want to go do a 2 year associate degree program at NIC, visa will be rejected. But if the same student was able to show what he was doing from 18 to 31, and I'm using the words of the visa officer from Nigeria, he will look at it. He's not guaranteeing he's going to give at it, but it has to have a rationale that the building had gone down, my parents were hurt in that building, I had to take over the family. Now that my sisters and brothers are all studying, I'm able to focus on myself. That makes perfect sense. Now they have to look at other things, health, finances, whatever. Parent, remember this line of education is only one line, that is education. It cannot mix on the second line of immigration. And kids will say, only reason I'm taking this is I'm going to get immigration. They say to me, and I said, you know what? I'm glad that the visa officer is not sitting next to me because I would not want to give you admission. You have now just stated that. You should be a bona fide student only. What comes after is a gift. It
Exactly.
is procedural. It has steps to follow. So please focus on education. What do you want to do in 10 years from now? So I don't have good grades. I can't get to UBC, Victoria, McGill, Waterloo, Toronto. I can go to Durham College and do a 2 year program and then go from there um, to Trent, right? Or I could do a 2-year program at Columbia College, go to UBC, University of Victoria, Simon Fraser, McGill, Toronto, Alberta. I can go to NIC, have a direct relationship with Victoria on the same island. Students do so well because they're friends from both places. They're only 2 hours apart from each other on by road. You can go to CNC, lowest price college, by the way. And in the paper, it was that there were no students without jobs. There was lots of jobs there. So that's a price point advantage for you. You can go to McEwen and go to University of Alberta. Look at the pathway. Go to McEwen, get McEwen. By the way, Alberta was my university, fantastic university. Or you can go to University of Manitoba to University 1 program with a 78 to 90% to 85% average easily, or you can have high marks and go
70%. Let
directly
us
into
speak for
faculty.
us. 70% for
In
you.
Saskatchewan also, you can take some programs which lead to bigger programs without mathematics. So students have to know. Now I say to a student, you know what? Why don't you go to University of Saskatchewan? It's got a great program in computer science engineering. No, ma'am, I don't want to go there. Why not? Uh, it's cold. I'm sorry, we are in Northern Hemisphere. Where is it not cold? It rains for 70 days in Vancouver. Absolutely. I lived in Vancouver, no city like it. It's gorgeous. Flowers come out, it's beautiful. But you have to cope with rain there. You have to cope with cold weather. Ottawa was very, very cold. They had so much snow last year. Our society doesn't stop with cold weather, just as yours doesn't stop with hot and the road closure for 2 hours. It continues on. I've been in Bangladesh, in Chittagong and in Dhaka. It is not easy countries, easy places to manage. You have to remember, it is clean, it is fresh, it is nice in Canada. And I'm telling you that from living here for 50 years. I'm looking forward to my drive from I'm going to go to Calgary all the way to Vancouver. Such beauty is not found in many places. You go to Great Lakes in Ontario, uh, province of lakes is Manitoba. So much to see, so much to do. Uh, People say Saskatchewan is too remote. What does that word mean? It is a fantastic university giving you $30,000 opportunity for $30,000 scholarship if you're a top student, giving you co-op education, uh, some of the top engineering programs like physics engineering is available. I'm a Waterloo person. I want all kids to come to Waterloo for engineering in terms of their desire. But I can tell you honestly, if you only apply to Waterloo, you will be doing the wrong thing. Go to U15, you'll find top universities. I'm going to talk about University of New Brunswick. Imagine the Atlantic
Exactly.
Province P&P program. Uh, Look at Acadia going into Dalhousie. Look at St. FX. Fantastic program. I even have a master's program that you can take at St. FX. Memorial giving you a price point advantage. All the 4 universities in Atlantic, prices are almost 1/3 of University of Waterloo.
Exactly, and all are fantastic university because if you talk about Acadia, so their computer science is one of the top 10 I mean as per the subject.
And they're co-op.
Yes, they have co-op and they have attractive scholarship as well. Like upon their fees is like 17,000 only, and upon that they are giving 5 to 10,000 dollar scholarship. So
In the
it's
first year.
amazing option.
So,
Yes, yes,
and Liam Dutton, who is my colleague, and he's been in your thing, he's fantastic. Kashish Goyal in UNB, we're all standing by you. You come to me for Waterloo. I may also say to you, apply at Trent CS program. They have software engineering for you. Apply at Health Sciences. Trent has programs in forensic science like no one else. Trent has program in psychology like no one else. If you look at the BBA program without mathematics, such great programs. These are the universities I'm affiliated with, but University of Waterloo is like in your desire, you want to buy a diamond of the shiniest kind in your mind.
exactly.
Uh,
If you
it
have that
is got
budget.
open doors. I can't lie about that. It is the top university in many things, but it is not the only choice for you. It
No,
will
actually, ma'am,
prepare you, for
if
example.
I tell an example, like if, see, the MacBook or the Apple notebook is always everyone's desire to purchase. But if we cannot purchase, even though we are doing everything with other laptops, so it doesn't matter actually. So
Yeah.
the thing is
But
that
the
if you can
problem is,
afford,
this is what students say, ma'am, if I carry an Apple uh, MacBook with me, people think of me as being well off. And I said, that's very silly because there are other computers that also make you look well off. That kind of conversation uh, is so funny, but you're right. They're all functioning. And if you do a degree from North Island College in BBA, can you not go to an MBA? Absolutely, you can go to an MBA. If you went to a private university like University Canada West and did an MBA, would you get into a job? Of course, you'll get into a job. Thompson Rivers University has such incredible programs for students and one of the largest international population. And I've been
and they also
listening to
have
what's
introduced a
happening in the
fantastic
university
course,
during COVID.
Thompson
I will
River.
tell you, they have done some incredible things for students. Uh,
Exactly.
so on the platform, you have so many schools to look at, and you have other schools which I'm not mentioning. You're dealing with so many Windsor and all of those
Yes, yeah,
universities as well.
we have a lot
I'm
of
only
schools.
talking to the ones
Exactly.
I'm affiliated with, but I want to deal, I'm going to be very honest, with students between 85 to 95%. Let them look at it. If they can afford it, they qualify, and they can get a seat. Absolutely, I will be your biggest support system in the world. I will
In the,
wake up at nights and answer your questions. But remember, one choice is never good because then you call me in May and say I didn't get in and I didn't apply anywhere else.
exactly.
Always
Ma'am,
apply somewhere else.
we are just end of the live session. Just we have 5 minutes. So before leaving the live session, definitely we'll have one more video of
Mhm.
Waterloo. It's a very
Thank you.
fantastic video of international students. So let's have the video.
Thank you very much.
No one ever busts. They see me strutting, all sweat and daggers. Believe it, I'm the real thing. But I gotta switch it on. Yeah, gotta switch it on. But I gotta switch it on. When the lights are low, yeah, go ahead and go. Got a light, let it show. Yeah, gotta switch it on.
It's such a video like women. They are working in engineering field and working hard, and it's a very
Absolutely.
fantastic video actually, and a very fantastic
And
video.
we are trying to create that equality in all our departments, including CS, is male and female ratio, and that is one of our objectives. I want to
Exactly.
just end by saying I welcome all the students to University of Waterloo and for information, etc. And I'm a educational guiding person. So if I say to you possibility for Waterloo are very limited, I'm not saying don't apply, but I'm telling you to apply and please have some options open for yourself. Don't get yourself caught up in one thing. Admissions are open for 2020. I would like to see some science applications, environment, health sciences, and arts application. Double major with a minor, honors arts and business. Fantastic degree. Please, I don't know if they have seats left over or not, but it's been very well received by the international community. And kids go to work in so many different places. As I said humbly, I'm your servant. I'm here to support you from University of Waterloo. My bosses, Mr. Tony Monroe, my other colleagues, Ms. Valerie Hertai, Brian Bailey, our director, Scott O'Neill, we are all here to help you out. Uh, we are here
Exactly.
to assist you in making Waterloo your reality, your dream university. But
Exactly.
if the dream is not being met here, I will help you to make a dream be met somewhere else. And for that, you go to prominent consultants. Sayed is probably the hardest working one individual person in Dhaka. Many good agents there, I work with them, but he is on 24/7. I don't know how he does it. I can write a message to him, and within minutes, he will give me a response. Please talk to him. He's working very hard during this time and send all your emails to him. And if he thinks that he needs something from me, he will ask. me. So you share your email, please, share it with them, and make sure that they have all the information.
Yes, and Faisal, we already have replied your question about agriculture. So if you have any further question, just talk to Prominent. Okay, so we will be happy to answer you, ma'am. So we are just leaving the live session. Just we will be closing the live session. Any wishes or any last word you would like to share to the
I
viewers?
wish, first of
Final
all, I
words.
wish health and happiness to all my viewers and your country. I think that we are all in it together. Please stay safe, please stay healthy, keep a distance. But to all of you, my blessings that you make your academic journey and your future count for something, make a difference in this world. And Mr. Sayed, I wish you all the best to engaging with students. You are a very hardworking person, and I wish you all the best. And
Thank
I
you so
will
much.
be there myself, Nalini, Sita, Imran. We are all here for you.
Thank
Kashish, Miss Sahil, there's a team of 10
Tomorrow,
people here.
tomorrow, ma'am. Tomorrow we have a live session with Aaron from UNB. Aaron is connecting tomorrow.
Fantastic. And fantastic university. I don't
Hmm.
get into IRCC matters. That's not mine. But Aaron can. He's qualified to do so. He's got a
Okay.
big diploma in it. So Aaron is one of the most amazing people. You love having him there and you know him. So please count on us. You have any questions, your sources, prominent consultants, go forward and, as you say, make it count.
Exactly. Thank you
See
so
you in
much,
Canada.
viewers. Yes, yes. Thank you so much, viewers, for watching this live session. And if you have any further question, and if you want to know more about Waterloo, please watch this live video. It will be published in our Facebook page as well, and it will be also in our YouTube channel. So anytime you can watch it. Thank you, ma'am, so much for joining the live session. And
Thank
also, I
you.
would like to request, please be on studio. I will just leave the live session and I'll come back to you. So,
Okay,
dear
thank
viewers,
you.
thank you so much for watching this live video. Inshallah, we'll see you in another live video. Ramjan Mubarak, and stay safe, stay in home. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.